Well, this week got off to a very interesting start, and I want to share with you a statement that was made by the current president. I don't want you to be troubled by the statement, but I do want you to take the statement and contextualize what was really meant by that. And one of the things that happens as we go through these periods of changes that we're seeing is that we're missing clues. It's really evident what's happening, but when there's a desire within us to try to keep things as they have always been, which is a part of the human dynamic which we talked about, it's difficult for us to see the obvious. In other words, it can be right there in front of you, but you don't really get it. And there's a statement the president made just within the last couple of days, and it's something I think you need to be aware of. And I think that when you hear it, you will understand it in the seriousness of the context in which it was given. It's a one-sentence statement that says it all. He who saves his country does not violate any law. He who saves his country does not violate any law. Okay? Now, there has been I guess you could say, a flurry of conversations about that. And remember that the Supreme Court has already granted a sitting president immunity. Basically, it's another way of saying he is outside of the law. Let's not use the term above the law. He's outside of the law. It's like one Fox News commentator. He said that Elon Musk is his heat shield. And what that simply means is that he's doing what they want to have done. And Trump doesn't have to take the, what would I say, doesn't have to take the heat for it. So I would encourage you to just absorb that. And the reason I want to encourage you to absorb it, because there's so many people who want to encourage you to do this and to do that, to respond this way. In fact, there was a presentation that was put on this past Friday night by religious leaders, some religious leaders within the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And they were basically encouraging people to hold on to 4 more years, or just hold on for 4 years. And I couldn't disagree more. I could not disagree more. We're in the midst of a soft revolution. We're in the midst of a change in government, its governmental practices. People, in their naivety, believe that what is transpiring is an effort to bring the deficit down and so on and so forth. That's really not what it is. It's really a bigger agenda. And for those who find it difficult to see, they will need time. So my recommendation is step back and give them that time. Let them hit the wall. Let them hit it. Let them come to terms with it's not what you thought. You can try to be something. You can hope that what you're doing is something else, but it is what it is. And so I want to encourage you, just think about it, meditate on it today, that he says anyone who saves his country does not break the law. Well, then you have to ask yourself the tough question: what does it look like to save your country? And what does that, how does that come together? The president has told us that whatever has to be done, in essence, he's going to do. And it won't be breaking the law. So let that sink in. Absorb that. And what it should tell us is that the speed at which they're working might accelerate, and the changes that we're seeing on a daily basis will probably become more drastic and more invasive into the normalcy of American life. And these realities should bring us to the point where we can say we're on our way home. There is no turning back. Just don't allow yourself to get caught up in conversations that are futile or that are living a fallacy. And the fallacy is, let's just ride it out. And that's the fallacy. That's the big nonsensical elephant in the room. Let's make sure that we are realistic and we're factual, and that will help us.